it's just so unbelievably tragic for him to have gone through what he went through over the last 12 years, defending his name and not really living a full life. And to now for his death to be confirmed is obviously incredibly sad. And I think, what I can speak to really is just the reaction of the broader tech community in the UK to such a titan and a figurehead passing away, and so much sort of untapped potential and so much more that he would have been able to do.
Clearly, something catastrophic happened with this storm, which meant the yacht sank incredibly quickly, which to me probably means that it's likely to have gone onto its side, and for whatever reason, and I've read that it may have been the mast had snapped and obviously created a shift in the center of gravity in the vessel, or whether or not it was just deluged with waves. I just don't know. But somehow there was ingress of water, and that ingress of water obviously sank the vessel. They would have been keeping anchor watches, I would think. I don't even know if the captain was actually on watch himself, but I would have thought that whoever was on watch would have probably had the instruction to wake the captain up if he was off watch. And if the captain was on watch, then would have been a procedure on board on what to do in severe weather conditions. And that would have included, closing all the hatches and the doorways and so forth to make sure that that water could not ingress. But clearly it did somehow, and that's the mystery, really. I think everybody's sort of hooking back to Tony Bullimore's experience in the South Pacific, but you've got to remember that vessel stayed on the surface, and it basically inverted very quickly. As a consequence of that, there was an air pocket in the hull of the vessel which couldn't escape, which kept the vessel afloat, and that's where Tony Bullimore was able to survive. But you've got to remember that he was in an ocean survival suit. He's a very experienced sailor. And he was already prepared for that sort of eventuality anyway. So he was pretty, this is a completely different situation. When you're talking about people who are on a holiday, who suddenly found themselves in a catastrophic situation.
Allora, essendo il produttore di perini e conoscendo molto bene come le perini sono state da sempre progettate e realizzate, ed essendo peraltro perini nave a vela, le navi a vela, è risaputo, sono le più sicure in assoluto. Uno, perché hanno pochissima superficie rispetto ad uno yacht che prende vento. Secondo, con la struttura, la deriva, diventano dei corpi inaffondabili.
feeding back accidents like this back into the design process is absolutely critical, because that's how things improve, and inevitably that report would be read by yacht designers in the future to look at how to prevent such an accident happen again.